Welcome back to the show. It's ARCA time, as you know. I'm Casey Campbell. That's Charlie Crawl, and welcome to the Zoomcast.
Let's do it.
How excited are you for before we get into Portland? Lots of interesting things happened at Charlotte. Overall, how did you think that went? And our a familiar face was in victory lane again.
Yeah, it's been a few years since we've seen Brandon Jones race with us, and he put it to him and took it to victory lane. And Brandon's a great guy and a good kid, and whenever we get a chance to see him, we're always happy to do it. He's teamed up with our friends at Menards and Procter and Gamble, and that's a pretty good combination. And yeah, we're excited we get to see him a few more times throughout the course of the year, including in a couple of weeks up at Iowa. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely was an exciting race, and we hate to see so many of our drivers get caught up in some incidents and have some issues. But yeah, it was exciting for the fans, and hopefully our guys will get those cars back together, and we'll see them out again before too long.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. I know there was a lot of interesting things that happened in that race. One of the things that is just these cars, they just seem to catch on, like have big fires.
Well, I think that was just a coincidence, Casey. Our these cars were all pretty safe, and one fire was an electrical fire that was due to a wire shorting out, and whenever you hit the wall, things are going to break, and we had a couple of oil lines break after contact with the wall. So it's not anything that I think is oh my God, there's a problem with cars and ARCA. It's just the circumstances, Casey.
Right. Okay. All right, let's get to this weekend's West race at Portland. Of course, you'll be on the call for that one. First of two times this season, the West Series goes up to Portland. Of course, with this weekend with the Xfinity Series. Could be some wet weather too, so that'll be fun.
I think that'd be fun. I'm not a driver, and I don't have to deal with it. I'm not a team owner, and I don't have to write the bills to fix it afterwards. But as a broadcaster, I think it'll be interesting if we do get a little wet weather up there. We've got some familiar faces. Some of our guys have got a lot of road course experience. Jake Drew, who was the first one across the start finish line last year. He's got a lot of road course experience. And then we got some folks like Daniel Dye, who's coming out west just to get some laps. Daniel doesn't have any road course experience at all, so it should be a very interesting mix.
Yeah, it should be. Also Connor Mozak will be in there as well. Let's talk.
Yeah, Connor's got a lot of road course experience. He's won up in the Trans Am series, and he's got he probably run some of these road courses with his eyes closed. He's got so much experience. So yeah, he's definitely going to be a threat come tomorrow afternoon.
He's going to be in one of Bruce Cook's cars, as you mentioned. Daniel Dye will be out there. Let's talk about Jake Drew. I know that if there is someone that wants to win this weekend, there's no one that wants to win more than Jake does.
Well, again, I pull for everybody. I'm not one of these, I'm not a believer that, officials or broadcasters should be impartial. I'm not. I actually do. I pull for everyone. I want everybody to have a good day. And, if there was a way we could get 22 different cars in victory lane tomorrow, I'd be down for that. But we're only going to get one. And I personally think it would be great to see Jake get that win. He arguably coulda, woulda, shoulda won that race last year. It was a real bummer, when it got taken away from him. He did everything right, and he wasn't even at fault for going into that corner on the last lap. He kind of had a little extra help there and, forced him to miss that corner. So I think it would be a great story. I think he's the prohibitive favorite going into it. I'm anxious to see how it plays out, but there's a lot of other youngsters out there that are going to be tough. Don't forget Eric Nascimento was in position last year to win that race. It can't take away anything from Tanner Reif. And I mean, Austin Herzog, what's he going to do in the 16 car? Cole Moore is someone who is always a threat.
Joey East,
Joey had some problems, at Sonoma last year that I think, were not his fault at all. He had some engine issues and whatnot, but I think, Joey's a guy that I think we could see compete up near the front of the field tomorrow as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great race, 7:30 Eastern time, live on Flow, and we'll see who puts it down in victory lane.
Should be a good one. And of course, two more things for you, Charlie. Of course, your friends at Green Savory, of course, Green Savory Promotions, Kim Green and his team really have worked hard. I believe they have three total races on the ARCA platform this year.
Yeah, we've got Mid-Ohio coming up, and Casey, we're about to announce some really fun, cool things going on down at Mid-Ohio, and I'm really super excited for that. So keep your eyes open for that coming up here in the next couple of days. And then, of course, we go back out to Portland, and I keep telling them I think ARCA East at St. Petersburg would be a lot of fun. So
I think it would be. stock cars on a street course.
Let's do it. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's get through this weekend. I think it's going to be a blast, and Mid-Ohio coming up, and then our final trip out west to Portland coming up later on in the year.
Yeah, can't wait to be out at Mid-Ohio. Will be the first time for me out there. Yeah. So, and also I said I said two more things, but it's going to
Let's go, Casey. Let's go. Hurry.
Of course, we're going to a really good part of the schedule starting next week at Iowa. I know that's a big race for you guys, and it's going to be a stretch of short tracks. That's ARCA's bread and butter, and our friends at MAV TV, after a long wait, we'll be returning to the airwaves.
Yeah, we're excited to get out there. Iowa. Our friends from Kansas Speedway are the management team out there at Iowa. So. But yeah, we're really looking forward to get out there. It's going to be a blast. Again, we got some pretty cool things happening out there on Friday. With a media event downtown, we're going to hang out with, Mason Mitchell, our buddy from West Des Moines, who is our 2014 champion and the 2015 winner at Iowa. And, we've got some former champions coming. We've got a pretty decent field of cars that is already pre-entered for that one. And, I think we'll have a good show. It's, again, we're always happy when we get to go short track racing. This kind of kicks off that summer stretch for us.
Absolutely. And you guys are going to be on the track a lot during this time across the three platforms, but
right.
All right. But now it's time to go because we have some racing this weekend. ARCA's at Portland, ARCA West at Portland at 7:30 tomorrow on Flow Racing, 7:30 Eastern time. Charlie will be on the call for that one. So, and stay tuned. We got a big summer. The summer of ARCA has begun.
Summer of ARCA. Let's do it.